This deck is sweet. We, what did we 4-1'd with this last time? Hey, Nero. Thanks for 27 months, bud. What's going on, Bolas? Did my... Oh, do I have to refresh this? I have to refresh this. I don't know if this is a keep or not. What do we think? Doesn't really do anything, right? I'm missing the second. I'm missing the depths for this. I'm missing. I guess it's like. It's got 50. That's exactly right. Like it's got 50% of a lot of things. I think the fact that it has a Thoughtseize in it makes it pretty reasonable. I think the Thoughtseize means we can keep it. Hey, look, there's another half of a thing, kinda. What do you have going on there? God, are LEDs that much? That's so absurd. Oh. Oh, well. Well then. Well. I feel like concede. Why would we concede? I think we're in a pretty reasonable spot. I call this deck bad, but this is close. Let's go to Nicholas Bolas. I think I'm supposed to take the Magus here, and then I can go LED Petal to play out here, and then I can Entomb in response to the Trinisphere next turn, and then I have like 3 mana sources, so I think this is fine for us. Yeah, so I think I take Magus, I cast both of these. And pass the turn. Yeah, I think we can beat the Trinisphere at this point. If you open this URL in your mobile browser, you should be able to subscribe that way. Yeah, we can beat the 3-ball, right? Like any reanimate spell or Dark Depths, and we're like good to go here. Well, I guess any reanimate spell is a little bit much because Griselbrand lets us draw a bunch of cards, but it does probably mean the Trinisphere means we can't fully combo them. That's pretty good though. It's like floop this pig into play. Reanimator's a pretty bad matchup for the opponent's deck, having played that side of it before. I'd have to see it for sure, Dexter Wrecker. I never like to agree to things without having seen a specific list. Alright. They are going to get their Magus to the Moon back here, but like they're just not going to race our Griselbrand. So float, play Urborg, keep the new one, Exhume. We both get pigs. My pig is bigger. Yep, Goblins having to attack this turn is real good for us. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just can't beat the 7/7. Seems accurate. We're gonna go to 24 here, and then we're gonna attack them going to 31. Hey, Blankski with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you very much and welcome. I appreciate that. Or 23, sorry, because we do take one here. Yeah, I just uploaded the first set of custom bit badges. I don't have them done for everything yet. My buddy just sent me a draft of another set of them, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure if I like them or not, but so next turn, these will both make goblins, and then they'll all attack, and that's... These will have 4 friends, so this will be +6. Am I supposed to draw cards here? So like, what can I do here? So I could make mana with this LED and then draw cards and like do some stuff here, right? Not having a way to take Trinisphere off the table is a little bit annoying. So I'm gonna block here and go to 30, and then I'll take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and go down to 19. So if I draw, I'll be going to 12. Well, I can't currently cast the Vamp because there's a Magus of the Moon in play. So it's not particularly useful for us. I could hit like a Petal, though, in a land. Hey, Frozen Dookie, thanks for the 2-month resubscription. I do appreciate that. Welcome. Thank you for the support. So I get to go ahead and do that and cast this. And I can move to end step and bin this Urborg. And now they can't attack with Magus of the Moon, right? Because if they attack with Magus of the Moon, I just, I get to free up my Dark Depths here. We have another Rebel Master. Another Rebel Master would be kind of bad for me. Yep. So another Rebel Master here means that these Rebel Masters are going to attack with 7 power. Which means they trade with Griselbrand. Which is not ideal for me. I think we're going to die to these Rebel Masters. The opponent's actually playing the deck that we're going to play in our second league this evening. Alright, so... Yeah, the opponent, I guess they only drew like 1 Rebel Master, right? Like, it's really not that well. No, if they would have played the Rebel Master pre-combat last turn, I would have been able to block and eat this one. So this is a good play on their part. No, you're because it would have made their first Rebel Master attack, and then Griselbrand would have eaten that one. So the opponent played correctly. You're misunderstanding. So like I could trade here, and then I take 4 effectively. I'm supposed to do this. This obligates me to trade here. Children of Korlis is interesting, but probably not useful ultimately. Yeah, I think our lack of utility here is going to bite us here, it looks like. We just really don't have... Well, thanks, Blazeskins. I appreciate the kind words. Exhume's not even very good here. Yeah, for those wondering again, Trinisphere is in play. So I think I just have to concede here at this point. Yeah, I just can't really win through the 3-ball. We actually don't even sideboard anything in this matchup. I really think the lack of the fact that there's like 0 ways to like, there isn't a disenchant in... There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link to a deck list. The fact that we don't have a way to like get a disenchant kind of sucks. Now the Titan stays on the board because you want to grab it with Living Wish. Or a Living Wish deck chat. So like the only cards we really board in on our sideboard are these Gravestones and these Pithing Needles, and we don't want either of those cards in this matchup. Yeah, Rex Sage in the board could probably be okay. a red mulligan with the 3-month resubscription. Did I miss Frozen Dookie? I think I said Frozen Dookie. If I missed you, Frozen Dookie, I apologize. Frozen Dookie and red mulligan, thanks for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Welcome back. Sorry, it's late here. I was gonna play some stuff anyway, so I figured I might as well stream it. These decks both seem sweet for runs backs, and again, this hand just like has half of things and like not the other half, so we're supposed to throw that back. This hand is pretty okay. Needs a mana source here. Are we getting leylined? We just like can't beat a leyline of the void, right? Not with this hand. Yeah, we're getting leyline of the void. Yep. All right, run it back. How does this deck work? So this is a double combo deck. The first combo is really simple to understand. It's Dark Depths and Thespian Stage, or Dark Depths plus Vampire Hexmage to make a 20/20. And the other half of the combo in this deck is you floop a Griselbrand into play, which allows you to draw a bunch of cards, which then you use Children of Korlis to regain the health that you used to pay to draw a bunch of cards. And you also have a Children of Korlis, you can get like a Living With package. And then eventually you pick up almost your entire deck, and then you grab a Laboratory Maniac, and then you literally draw your entire deck and win the game with Laboratory Maniac. So we have a really straightforward 2-card, make a 20/20. And we also have a draw your entire deck and do a bunch of sweet stuff. I think this deck isn't terrible in general against Graveyard Hate, but we definitely had a hand that game where like we mulliganed to 6 and kept a hand that only had the Graveyard plan, and like we just weren't realistically beating a Leyline of the Void if it had anything else behind it. I think Blue-Black Reanimator is much, much worse than just playing Red-Black Reanimator in the current format. I think Blue-Black Reanimator is like a turn 1.5, turn 2 deck, and that's on average too slow against a lot of the format, especially with Deathrite Shaman lurking about. Yep, that sounds fine. It's a little bit slow because we're just going to go land, land, land. Oh, I guess this is turn 2 actually, right? We just go Urborg, Depths, Hexmage. Hoagland, yeah, that's great, Nivik. Well, we just signed on. We just signed on about 10 minutes ago. Usually in the evenings we get up to about 300 or 400. The evening streams are always less populated than the daytime streams. It's not quite my normal time. Actually, I'm really not a fan of Sneak Attack in the sideboard, but, well, that's a bag of dicks. I guess at least it's killing that and not killing my Dark Depths. Well, at this point, I'm just going to move to hand size, right? Just, like, bin this Grizzly Bees. Well, I hope this helps. Bolt Boy, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime subscription. I do appreciate that. Quarter of a year, welcome back. One of the nice things about doing YouTube content too is that you know, like, just my strict Twitch numbers don't necessarily dictate my revenue, because there's a lot of people that support the content that don't or can't watch it live. I assume we're going to get Dazed or Spellpiercer Force or something here, but we're definitely playing a deck that's about making them have it, so I'm going to go ahead and jam the Shallow Grave and, like, see if they die. Yeah, the kids are in the process of falling asleep or currently asleep right above behind me here, so when Christy and I move in the spring, my office is going to have some sound deadening, and it's going to be on the opposite side of the house ideally when we get a new house, but for now in the evenings I do have to be kind of mellow, which is slightly less exciting, but it is what it is. Alright, yep, I mean, sure. Where are we moving? We're just moving to somewhere else in town. This house that we bought was our first time buying a house. We didn't really know what we were looking for, and now that we've lived here for like 4 years, we know kind of more informed on like what we do and don't want in a house. I mean, Grixis Delver just doing what Grixis Delver does. Wasteland you, force your spell, flip my 1-mana threat. Cantrip, cantrip, cantrip. So, you know? You're thinking about buying a house, any suggestions? Look at a lot of stuff. When you think you've looked at enough houses, you should double that number. Whatever you think is an appropriate number of houses to look at, you should double it at a minimum. We definitely did not look at rent me or sell me your house. I want to rent real estate. I mean, it's really not a serious case if he had all these. Like, the opponent's deck is just a bunch of disruption, and it's a bunch of really efficient cantrips to find their disruption consistently. I don't think the house... Oh, they're playing Temur Delver, not Grixis. Good to know. I don't think the house we bought was necessarily a bust, but I just think it has things that we're not necessarily interested in. It's a little bit older. My wife home already? I can't tell if that's the garage I'm hearing behind me or something else. Alright, well, I mean... Shit. Do I... What... I feel like, what's it called? I feel like, Stifle is more likely than a Spell Pierce here. Usually Temur Delver plays 4 Stifles, so I'm gonna try and play this Exhume here. I'm sure I'm gonna get Spell Pierced and, like, hate myself, but I think it's right to try that Exhume there rather than do this. You're home early.
No.
He brought you candy?
Yeah.
Alright, well, I guess at this point I just double Hexmage, right? Because double Hexmage plays around a Stifle, potentially.
You know chat would prefer for me to be here instead of you, right? So maybe we could just both be here.
That is true.
You should scoot over.
This is like what we're doing. Maddie's here.
But I'm better than Matt.
You are better than Matt. You're not wrong. Bingo. There's a $10 donation there. Cute.
Okay, listen. These Reese's Cups.
Add some democracy points to Possibility Storm. Gregor Monte, 10 out of 10 will do. I think I'm supposed to pass here. I'm gonna upkeep, try and make a 2020. Call the Watsy police. Call the Watsy police. Hogland's got help.
Listen to me.
What?
These were being advertised at the store as fresh from the factory.
Okay.
So apparently they're special when they're fresh.
Okay.
Would you like to try one?
I would like a fresh... God, I would just like the record to point out that Legacy. I guess we bring in Pithing Needle for their Wastelands.
The fresh from the factory Reese's Cups taste the same as the regular Reese's Cups.
Word.
Can I have a turn?
Oh, you want a turn?
Hmm?
I wouldn't want to subject you to Legacy because it's kind of a brutal, rude format.
We could play a different game.
No, we have to play this one. I've got a giant queue. Hey, Bolt Boy, thanks for the 500 bits. I appreciate that. It was a cupcake bit, honey.
I love those ones.
I think we're supposed
What if chat donated for a special Hoogle Wife stream?
Not tonight. I have to play Legacy decks.
What if the Hoogle Wife stream got to the top of the queue?
The Hoogle Wife stream got to the top. That's true. That's true.
Then the Hoogle Wife stream would have to be next.
Alright, well, this hand is going to turn one my opponent. So I'm going to keep it. Alright, so this is kind of the shenanigans that you can do with this deck. So...
Look, I got democracy points.
You did get democracy points. So we're going to play this Dark Ritual. And then we're going to play this Pithing Needle. And then we're going to Shallow Grave, retain priority. So one of the neat things about the reanimate spells in this deck, and this is why we can play Silent Gravestone in our sideboard, is that none of our reanimate spells target. So that means we can cast this Shallow Grave, and in response to the Shallow Grave, crack this Lion's Eye Diamond, and floop this pig into our discard pile. I'm going to name Wasteland here, because when they force or surgical us here, we're going to... I'm probably just going to concede, because that's the kind of night we're having. Alright, so let's crack this for trip blacks, I think. So, Force and Surgical both beat us here, but I definitely think we're supposed to just YOLO it. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. This is why Legacy is a silly format.
Why are you playing it?
I just play what the people pay me to play.
The Hoogle Wife stream, we could play the farming game.
Christy is an excellent farmer, I am told. You are a pro farmer.
I like the farming game.
I have a friend that streams basically to capture his gameplay and stuff like WoW to improve, but he wants to have chat on screen. What do I use? I use Streamlabs. Streamlabs is what I use for my chat widgets. It's what I use for my events in the corner and my pop-ups.
Yes, prototype.
I think black doing green deck should be running Grimflayer. No, I'm not a big fan of Grimflayer. I think Grimflayer is harder to enable than a lot of people take credit for. And a lot of people give it credit for, and I think playing cards like Niall Spellbomb and Mishra's Bubble are really awkward and bad. Alright, well, off to a quick O2 start here. My goal is to play 2 leagues tonight. This league has currently lasted 22 minutes, so if we keep going at this rate, we'll be done very soon.
If Jeff lets me buy a Steam controller, we can play Crash Bandicoot.
We could play Crash Bandicoot.
The remastered Crash Bandicoot. And hopefully Spyro Reignited.
I think I'm supposed to keep hands that just have halvesies like this. I think this is a keep. We're like a reanimate spell away from a turn 1 here. Not much to put the Hoogle Wife stream to the front of the queue.
The Dark Ritual is nice. It gives you extra manas.
It does. This deck does degenerate things very quickly. You know what? Playing this Petal is probably a mistake because this kind of like signifies to our opponent that we're doing something kind of unfair. And against turn 1 Underground Sea, I probably don't need to rush into the Petal. Of course, playing the Petal out allows me to play the Entomb through a Daze next turn, so there is some value in having it in play.
Can I stream video games on my channel?
You can definitely stream video games on your channel.
Can I buy a Steam controller?
Yes, you can. If you want to follow Christy for when she streams video games on her channel, she's at Krillydactyl on Twitch. Not that any of you can...
Because I'm a dinosaur.
Not that any of you can spell Krillydactyl. Maybe. They're probably smarter than me. They can probably spell Krillydactyl. Maybe I shouldn't respond to the Deathrite Shaman with Entomb.
If I just post in there, my name will pop up and they can...
That's true.
That's a link, right?
And they can click on your name. Alright.
Did I have my phone in the car?
I think...
I left my phone in the car.
Maybe they won't have a green source. Maybe they won't have a green source. This is good. I was excited for this deck after we played it last time, and now it's just feeling like every other combo deck in Legacy. Very, very bad. At least we had the prison deck after this one. The prison deck's pretty good. Joke's on you, opponent. I don't have any good spells in my hand. It's not about the excitement. The kids are sleeping up behind me, so I'm like doing my best not to be too terribly loud. You let a mosquito in my house, or whatever this is.
That's a crazy looking thing.
OP loading up the stream. Yeah, watch us like name Dark Ritual here, just like the only spell. I've got you in my sights. Alright, so long, Grizzly Pig.
If 20 people follow me tonight on the Twitch, that means that there's interest in video games, and then I will stream them.
Did you hear that, chat? You don't even have to send money. Just 20 people go follow her channel, and she will stream some video games sometime soon.
I have to get a controller first.
That's true.
I'm not playing Crash Bandicoot with a keyboard and a mouse.
Okay.
Does it have to be a Steam controller or do generic ones?
She posted in chat. Scroll up. She's Girly Dactyl. If I unfollow and refollow, does that count? We should post in chat again. There you go. There are a couple other people that did it.
Ooh, look at all the emails. Oh, that's a lot really quickly. Maybe we should have made the count higher.
I would like you to know that on my 10+ hour drive back home, my fiance let me play you the entire time because you're the only streamer I watch that she enjoys listening to.
She's nicer than Hugo Wife.
She's nicer than...
I wouldn't let him listen to the Open on our 2-hour drive the other day.
We were driving home and I was like, can I just like listen to the Open while we drive? She's like, nope. I got shut down.
Well, we already got 20.
Did you get
20? Haven't even clicked on them all yet.
I guess you're like obligated to stream some video games, huh?
I got 23 and counting.
Forced my living wish.
Oh,
yep.
24.
My girlfriend said, "Can you turn off that angry loud man?" See, that's an accurate description. We get to make decisions. Well, you see, Christie's stream is like it's like another province that's like adjacent to Hoaglandia, so like the same rules that govern here don't necessarily apply there.
I got 39 in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, look at that.
That's pretty cool. That angry loud man.
Are we dead? Not yet. Could be, though.
It's okay, Rev. We're not romantic.
Oh. Where can I concede this?
41, 42. They love me.
You're obligated to stream video games now.
Okay, I need to get a controller.
Go on Amazon right now and get one.
I think they're more expensive on Amazon.
That can't be true. Everything's great on Amazon. God bless you, Amazon.
No, because Steam had a bundle. If you bought the Crash Bandicoot game and the controller, you got it for the same price as buying them separately, but you got them in a bundle.
All right, we're going on manual mode here, chat.
We have, what do we have? We have Super Nintendo controllers, we have a Nintendo 64, and we have PS1. That's all we have. I don't think any of those will work.
Rosho, it's been a rough league. We're currently 0-2 and getting dumpstered.
My timeouts cost 35 cupcake bits.
My timeouts cost bits. They can't cheer on your channel, honey. You're not an affiliate.
No, I'm just gonna time them out in your channel. I don't give the goods away for free.
I gotta specifically be cupcake bits. All right. Attempt to get a thing.
Yeah, the Steam controller is $75 on Amazon, and it's like $30 if you buy it through Steam.
All right. Well, things aren't looking good for the villain here, chat. You can't call this deck the hero. The turn 1 Griselbrand deck could just never be considered the hero.
I hope they release Spyro on Steam too.
Don't spend these, they're for Christy.
Oh, look at him! Look at him filling the cup! We live in cornfields, they don't do hour delivery here.
I mean, This is the
Why
world.
did a donation get deleted? They were paying for a timeout.
This is the world we live in. Cast my Gristlepig. All right, do I draw cards with my? Am I supposed to draw cards with my Gristlepig? No, I'll die if I draw cards with my Gristlepig. I'll drain us for 4. I mean, he doesn't actually really do anything, right? Like, he can't, like, attack into these Baleful Strixes. It's literally like an 8 mana... It's like an 8 mana kill your Baleful Strix gain 7.
The Steam controller is kind of dumb looking. Is there a different one I can use?
All right, we're statistically dead here. So Cavern Harpy allows them to pay 1 health to draw a card in conjunction with Baleful Strix here, so they're just going to get to do that over and over again. I don't think I want to change anything on the play. I could bring in Gravestone, I guess Gravestone's pretty good against... Yeah, maybe I'll just bring in Gravestone against Deathrite Shaman. Trim a Wish, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. To be fair, Alurin's a pretty big dumpster. Alurin's a pretty big dumpster in the current format. I mean, yep. I really like that this deck gets to play Silent Gravestone. This is a really neat, like, anti-graveyard hate card. Because, like, it makes it so people can't surgically extract us. And it makes it so... people can't Deathrite Shaman in the graveyards, etc., etc. I'm gonna go Urborg Gravestone here, so this way if we draw a Dark Depths, we can Hexmage and make a 20/20 next turn. Well, I started streaming because Christy was out with friends, and I didn't realize she was gonna be home so early. Fatso with the 12-month resubscription.
That's a whole year.
I knight the Defender of the Realm. Don't abuse your power. Welcome. Thanks for the year of support. I appreciate it, Fatso.
It feels rude that you keep calling him that.
Look, that's what he wrote on the screen, okay? So, waiting on a Dark Depths or an Entomb here. To be fair, the stream without Christy sets a pretty low bar.
Will this ZDC controller work? I don't want the Steam one.
No, there's nothing wrong with enjoying Arena at all. If Arena lets you play Magic in a way that you enjoy playing Magic, you should enjoy playing Magic that way. Arena looks like it does the video game part of Magic really well, I think. I think from a video game perspective, Arena looks like it's doing a lot right, which is good. Magic's kind of failed in the video game realm. Now, is it going to make the economy happen, and is it going to... Oh, I should have boarded out Unburial Rites if I boarded in Silent Gravestone. The more you know. This is not a combo, chat. This is not a combo. It's just good deck building. It was bad sideboarding. It is good deck building. Like I said, I like this card. This was bad sideboarding. Coiling Oracle. That's impressive. All right, Cavern Harpy. Yep.
I think they want to know your record.
All right. Well, I mean, if they don't have a force here, we get to Living Wish for a Dank Depths here, and then like Depths next turn. I'd love to use Living Wish's ability. Thank you. There's my Dank Depths. Yeah, they have a Snake Elf Druid. Quite possibly.
Why is your Gmail weird?
That's the new Gmail.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I know you're a human. That means you hate change.
No, it's because it makes it less compact. I like it compact.
Actually, what I really need is... There's not a night mode on here, is there? I should talk less. Yeah, that's better. Websites that don't have night mode are just like such a tilt. Do people use websites without night mode? It's not a learn. They get to pick their snake up here and replay it.
He's wrong twice. Can we time him out? Can we time out mods?
Who?
Nivik.
Is it Christina?
He got it wrong 2 times.
You did in fact just get her name wrong 2 different ways. To be fair, the way you spell your name is the least popular way to spell your name.
It's the best way.
So we actually just can't even, like, the 2020 just, like, isn't good against Cavern Harpy. That's such a tilt. That's such a tilt. Let's just give Zack Attack a break. Let's just, again, I try not to use the chat as, like, you know, magic Google. God bless. There's an alert. I could concede this. Somebody in chat last time implied that we ran very hot with this deck.
I'm waiting till somebody gets it right.
Gator got it right.
Oh, Gator got it right.
I like this one. KHRYSTIE. That's my favorite. We should change your name to be spelled like that.
Should we?
Should we? I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
That's a thing we can do.
I think it's reasonable. This deck's doing sweet things, and if you run really well, it's gonna be fine. Like all of these decks, these turn 1, all the turn 1 Gristlepig decks, they're good when you run hot, but they're pretty medium minus against a lot of things on average. Like our one loss in the last league we played when we were playing for 5-0 was against Grixis Delver, and they just like pretty thoroughly handed us our stuff. All right, I wanted to play one more before I wrap up.
No. Hogland is